Kazi Damodor Pandey, the son of Kalu Pandey. Kazi Damodor Pandey was born in 1752 AD as the son of Kalu Pandey. His brothers were Bansaras Pandey, Ranashir Pandey, and Chitravati Pandey. He was born during the reign of Prithvi Narayan Shah and was skilled in fighting as well as foreign relations and political maneuvers. His eldest brother, Bansaras Pandey, had also become the Kazi after the death of his father Kalu Pandey. He extended Nepal's border to the Mahakali River, and Bahadur Shah, youngest son of Prithvi Narayan Shah, made him the chief commander of the Gorkhali army to fight against the Baise and Chaubise kingdoms. In 1786 AD, he was sent to fight against the Chaubise kingdoms across the river Kali, with the help of Harshadev Joshi, the royal family of Kumaon. He overthrew King Mohan Singh of Kumaon. Damodar Pandey was a very successful general who fought in the Sino-Nepalese War, Nepal-Tibet War, and the unification of Campaign of Nepal. He successfully annexed Sikkim in the east to Krishna Gandaki up to Mahakali in the west. Damodar Pandey was made the army general or the Pradhan Senapati of the Gorkhali forces in 1786 AD. During the regency of Prince Bahadur Shah, he, along with his fellow commanders Kazi Abhiman Singh Basnet, Kazi Jagatjit Pandey, son of Kazi Tularam Pandey, Sardar Amar Singh Thapa, and Sardar Prabal Rana were successful in annexing Parbat, Dang, Rolpa, Gulmi, Agra, Khachi, Jumla, Acham, Bajang, Doti, Dullu, and ultimately extending Nepalese border up to Mahakali River in 1790 AD. He also played a great role in extending the eastern border of Nepal up to Sikkim. Sino-Nepalese War was fought during 1788 to 1792 AD, initially between the Nepalese forces and the Tibetan Tamangs, and later with the Qing dynasty of the China after Tibet requested Chinese intervention in the war. Kazi Damodar Pandey successfully attacked Tibet in 1788 AD and later led various attacks in the Kuti and Kurung axis under his command. Later, King Rana Bahadur Shah issued a royal order in the name of Kazi Damodar Pandey in September 1792 AD, delegating him the authority to sign the Treaty of Betravati as the senior-most Kazi. The Treaty of Betravati was signed between the Chinese Emperor Xiaolong to maintain peace and avoid further hostilities between China and Nepal. After the coming of age of King Rana Bahadur Shah in 1794 AD, King Rana Bahadur removed his uncle Prince Bahadur Shah from the power and appointed 4 Kazis as the new council. Even though Kazi Krithiman Singh Basnet was made the Mul Kazi or Chief Kazi, Damodar Pandey was the most influential among the 4 Kazis. He was also the Mama, maternal uncle of Kazi Krithiman Singh Basnet. Damodar Pandey was given the role to look after the foreign affairs as he was a well-known figure among the neighboring states during that period. Meanwhile, King Rana Bahadur Shah never concentrated on the administration of Nepal. King Rana Bahadur Shah was more engaged with his widow-turned wife Kantivati. Damodar Pandey and Krithiman Singh Basnet were tired of this behavior and conspired against the King Rana Bahadur Shah. They were accompanied by Queen Suvarnaprabha as well. After the death of his third queen Kantivati, King Rana Bahadur Shah had been showing irrational behavior and making it hard for other courtiers to run the day-to-day administrations of the country. Owing to this behavior of King Rana Bahadur Shah, was forced to resign and pass on his throne to his 1.5-year-old son Biban Yuddha Bikram Shah in 1799 AD. Damodar Pandey and other courtiers moved to the new baby king to Nuwakot and started to run administration of the country from there in the name of the baby king, while former King Rana Bahadur Shah still tried to run administration from Kathmandu. This led to the period of dual administration in Nepal at the same time, which led to the conflict between the former King Rana Bahadur Shah and Kazi Damodar Pandey. As Kazi Damodar Pandey exerted more influence in Nepal during that period of time, the former King Rana Bahadur Shah was compelled to flee for Banaras at the end of 1799 AD, along with his supporters like Bhimsen Thapa, Dalbhanjan Pandey. This left Damodar Pandey as the most influential courtier in the Nepal, with complete control over the administration and the power to conduct foreign affairs. Damodar Pandey had effectively been in power since 1794 AD in various capacities as the senior-most Qazi. He wanted to peacefully run the administration in the name of infant King Vivan Yuddha Bikram Shah and keep the former King Rana Bahadur Shah outside of Nepal. Damodar Pandey was appointed as the Mukhyamantri or Mul Qazi of Nepal in 1803 AD by senior Queen Rajrajeswari Mul Qazi, was a post equivalent to the later post of Mukhyar and Prime Minister. Mul Qazi Damodar Pandey was in constant conflict with then British resident Captain William Knox regarding the payment of pension and other living expenses of the former King Rana Bahadur Shah in Banaras. The arrangement of the payment of pension to the former king in exile was done through the Treaty of Commerce of 1801 AD. Captain Knox was trying to interfere in the internal affairs of Nepal, of which Kazi Damodar Pandey was the biggest obstacle. Captain Knox voluntarily left Kathmandu in 1803 AD, then Governor-General of India Richard Wesley unilaterally annulled the Treaty of Commerce. The annulment of the treaty prompted the return of former King Rana Bahadur Shah in Nepal in 1804 AD. Rana Bahadur Shah and his group proceeded towards Kathmandu. Some troops were sent by Kathmandu Palace and Damodar Pandey, but the troops changed their allegiance when they came face to face with the ex-king. Damodar Pandey and his men were arrested at Thankot, where they were waiting to greet the ex-king with the state honors and take him into isolation. So, in this way, after the return of former King Rana Bahadur Shah, Kazi Damodar Pandey and his supporters were arrested from Thankot in March 1804 AD. After King Rana Bahadur Shah's reinstatement to power, he started to extract vengeance on those who had tried to keep him in exile. King Rana Bahadur Shah exiled Queen Rajrajeswari Devi to Helambu, where she became a Buddhist nun on the charge of siding with Damodar Pandey and colluding with the British. Kazi Damodar Pandey was accused of being responsible for the Nepal-India trade agreement and the commercial treaty concluded in 1801 AD. On March 13, 1804, Rana Bahadur ordered the execution of Damodar Pandey along with his two eldest and innocent sons, Ranakeshwar and Gazakeshwar Pandey, without a fair trial to avenge his exile stay, 1800 to 1804 in British India. The youngest sons of Damodar, Kabir Pandey and Rana Jang Pandey, fled to India in the aftermath. Kazi Damodar Pandey was beheaded along with his two innocent sons, Kazi Rana Keshwar Pandey and Gazakeshwar Pandey, on the orders of Rana Bahadur Shah. Damodar's sons, namely Rana Jang Pandey, Rana Dal Pandey, Kabir Pandey, fled to Betiha fearing execution. During the time of execution, Damodar Pandey was 52 years old and his sons were in their 20s. Damodar Pandey, along with Bhimsen Thapa, Rana Jang Pandey, Mathbar Singh Thapa, and Janga Bahadur Rana, have been very influential figures in the history of Nepal. The death of Damodar Pandey started the rivalry between the Pandey and Thapa family, and their constant struggle for political power in Nepal. Many historians have called Damodar Pandey as the first Prime Minister of Nepal in place of the General Bhimsen Thapa. Damodar Pandey had 5 sons, among which Rana Jang Pandey became Mukhiar of Nepal in 1837 AD. After his execution, Ranajit Pandey, who was his paternal cousin, was established as Mul Kazi, Chief Kazi, along with Bhimsen Thapa as second Kazi, Sher Bahadur Shah as a Mul Chowtariya, and Raghunath Paudal as a Rajguru royal preceptor. Thank you.